Passing funded accounts is not as hard as you think. Yes, it's quite hard to get the ability to be able to purchase a funded account and then have the skill to be able to trade it in general. But once you have acquired a core foundation on how to trade, you've got a good edge, you've got good technical analysis, you've got good risk management, passing funded accounts should not be too difficult for you. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how I passed a $100,000 funded account with ACG. This was only stage 1, so we do have stage 2 to go through, but it's still amazing that we passed a stage 1 within one day. This is becoming a regular thing for traders like myself, and this is how you scale up, this is how you get big, and this is how you get to where you want to be. So make sure you stay involved in the video, make sure you comment any questions that you may have. I'll get back to you, and without further ado, let's get into the breakdown and how I passed this account. First thing I want to talk about is mindset. Where are you in the day? How are you feeling? What's going on in your mind? Is something holding you back from your potential? Whatever it may be needs to get sorted ASAP, because you need to be locked in. You need to be focused on the charts, because your goal during this trading period that we're going to trade, you need to be focused, you need to be locked in, you need to know what you're doing, okay? Because we've got money at risk, okay? Not only your initial deposit on the actual account to purchase the account, but the account, right? When you want to pass the account, you don't want to lose too much of the account. And if you're losing too much of the account, or you're taking continuous losses just purely based on the fact that you've had a bad day or something's holding you back and you're taking frustrated trades, then you need to step away from the market and see where you have come from. I've just had an amazing weekend away. I've had a bit of time to think, and a bit of time to myself, and with amazing people. And I've come into the market today. I've woke up at around 6:30. We came into the office. I've been able to focus up, done a bit of technical analysis, fundamental analysis before the session opened up. Been able to trade this session, and we was able to capitalize on it, which is amazing. So what shall we do in regards to technical? So that's kind of like mindset out of the way, right? We're happy, we're content, we're in a good mood, we've got enough energy in ourselves, we've got enough food, all that type of good stuff. Enough rest is a major thing as well. So what do we do? So the first thing that I did when I stepped into the market is, first things first, is look at the core understanding of the fundamentals. What news do we have out today? Do we have any red folders? Do we have anything that we need to be concerned about? I believe today, if I just have a quick look for you guys, you won't be able to see this, but today at around 2:45 we had flash PMI. Okay, so the first thing in my mind, that's the only thing that I need to be concerned about for news. Any other thing that comes out news wise, maybe something goes on in one of the wars or whatever it may be, we can't control that. Okay, so we just are prepared for it, but we don't know if anything's coming out. We can't really prepare for it, really. We can just be aware that that's a possibility, and how we're going to move forward if that happens. Okay, and then we had flash PMI at 2:45. So around that period, moving towards that period, I'm going to be looking for trades. And the only reason I'm going to be looking for trades is because usually the market will have a markup or a markdown prior to the news, or the news will kick in and then potentially enable our trade to go where it needs to be, as long as we got the right technical analysis beforehand. Again, I don't trade news, I trade the news, if that makes sense. Let me break that down for you. So I don't trade the news. I don't just buy or sell just because news is coming out. I'll trade technicals prior to news, and if news is coming out 9 times out of 10, and again, this is not advice, this is not what I want you to do, your trade will likely be going the right way anyway, okay? And it's a very hard element to understand, because we don't know for sure. It is a slight bit of gambling, but if we're in a profit already, and if our stop loss is in the correct place and we're all happy with the trade, why not hold out just till news finishes? And sometimes as well, we close out just because news is coming up, but news massively doesn't affect the trade anyway, okay? So we just need to be aware that news isn't something to be scared about. Oh, don't trade it at all. Be aware that news is coming out. Change your risk parameters. Maybe leave your risk parameters set because they're completely fine. I personally set my risk parameters and just left them because I decided that the trade would go either way or potentially consolidate, and I don't want to lose a trade that I shouldn't have. I don't want to close out a trade too early that just because news is coming out, okay? So that's just the first thing I do, is check the news. So I know 2:45 news is coming up. I usually go for top-down analysis, and basically, guys, this is just where you look on the overall chart on higher time frames and then drop down the time frames to have a look how the market's performing overall. Of course, you can see on your USD on the daily time frame we are in a downtrend. Okay, we've broken this massive low. So if I just draw this out for you guys, we've broken this massive low. If we put that back, this massive low, the market's marked down from this level, and where have we picked up? Maybe we can say this kind of zone down here where the market's looking to pick up some more demand, and we can tell by this because in the morning session we got signs of bullish, okay? We got signs that the market wanted to mark up from these levels. As you can see, once we come back down into these levels, the market had a mark up. We then created higher lows. The market tried it again, but created lower highs. And in our prior lessons that we spoke about, we do have this high, and this high, and these highs. And what we want to be aware of is that these levels, potential areas of liquidity, okay? Potential. We don't know for sure, but these potentially could be market areas where shorts are getting in. So for example, just a quick lesson, if people are getting short, okay, it's still not white, still not black. So if people are getting short here, 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 and here, and we stop these out, stop these out, stop these out, that's just going to increase the buying pressure into the market's highs. We spoke about it before, when the market's creating higher lows and lower highs like that, it kind of gives us that symmetrical triangle, that pennant. For some of you traders that might trade that, the market will likely swing those levels with the overall bias of the markets looking to push all the way back up. Okay, we're looking for that kind of order flow reversal. So that was the first thing that I seen. I'm not 100% biased on longs at that point in time. I'm just kind of looking for longs at that point in time, potentially when we get the setup. So the first thing that I seen coming into the market around this level, okay, I dropped down to a lower time frame on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, as you can see here, the market developed these neutral highs here, and then the market was looking to push up into these levels. So I just marked out these neutral highs by here. Market had a massive drawdown into liquidity. We broke these levels, then we was able to pick up. We broke this high here, which really enabled us to look for longs from there. The only reason is because the market's had a mark down, high or low. We've then tried to create a new high, but we've got stopped from that level, so we're creating lower highs. Markets broke down, swung this low, lower lows, and then the market's actually been able to break above this high, so that's telling us it wants to potentially push up a little bit higher, which it did. Okay, and if I just quickly pull up my ACG account just to have a look at the trade that we took, if I pull up on my phone maybe, I'm just going to have a look at the actual trade that I took. So if I just go onto my account here, we can see that we entered in at, if we mark this out, we entered in longs at 0.06624. So as you can see, the 6624 level is the level that I got longs from. And the reason I got longs around this level, so this was my buy order at this zone here. So as you can see, the market did break these neutral highs that we discussed. I'm just going to get rid of the entry line because we got it there, around there. So as we broke above those lines, we swung massively to this high, and we swung this high here. So that's telling us the market wants to continue on up. Okay, no one in the industry should be shorting right now, in my opinion. Okay, my humble opinion. And then we had a nice pullback into this zone, and as soon as we looked to break these previous lower highs, that was my confirmation to get in on the continuation of that long. Okay, a lot of people might be thinking, well, it's too risky, it's gone up too much. This is why you are failing accounts, because you're thinking about it too much. You're thinking that it might do something. You're thinking it's overstretched. You're thinking it's oversold. You're thinking it's too weak and all these. It doesn't matter. What's the market doing, guys? The market is going up, okay? We've come back down for a retracement. There's no signs of massive weakness yet. We haven't broken any major lows. Okay, so the market is going to likely continue on up. So we break this pivot point, we get into longs at this level. Market runs up for a bit. We was up around 4 or 5 grand on the account. Then the market come back down, touched our pivot point to the point. I think I was in like $500 loss on the 100K account. Completely managing it fine. And guess what, guys? If we broke this low, that's a confirmation that what? Maybe we're not looking to push up. Maybe this low break, there's your confirmation that we're potentially moving bearish now. It depends on the context. It depends on what's going on, okay? But overall now, we're bullish. So what do? We enter longs. We wait for a bit. We do come down. No emotions. We're staying in the trade. And that's when we retested that zone. Then we had news coming out, and then news was able to blow past our price target. We closed the account for £8,191 in profit, or dollars in profit. Then we also used DXY to enable us to help guide us through this trade. As you can see, around the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock mark, we did have lower highs being created. We had this large sell-off from that impulse. We came back, tested these pivot points, and then had the large sell-off during news. So we was able to have a look at DXY and enable us to stay in the trade and confirm that we was fine on the trade. Looking at structure-wise, we were still in a distribution phase. So you can see that the market did have this sell-off distributing. We then redistributed, come back down, retested, tested, and then we was able to fall off. So the market is looking towards the downside on the dollar and looking towards the top side on the euro. Okay, very simple stuff. What would you be looking at here, guys? Just a question for you. What would you be looking at here? 9 times out of 10 people are thinking shorts. Everyone's going, oh, we're going to go short, we're going to go short. Why? Please tell me why. Because it's just at a high point? Like, come on. Let's just play with the trend of the market until told otherwise. That's the only thing that I trade now. Play with the trend of the market until told otherwise. Okay? Right, guys, this is the $100,000 account there. You can see EURUSD Pro. And then we also have stage 1 there, which is Alpha Capital Group from that trade there. If I just show you, go to history, you can see the account there. Okay? I do have a community of traders that are currently giving out analysis like this every single day, and when we're helping traders pass their funded account challenges and manage their funded accounts every single day. If you would like to join our community with over 17,000 members, the link will be in the description where you can join and get access to everything completely for free today. If you enjoyed this short, quick video of me breaking down a trade that I took, please feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and comment what you'd like to see next and any questions that you may have in regards to the video from today.